Sometimes the hardest part of becoming somebody better is this. You feel different. You know you're growing. You know you're stronger. But your life does not fully look like it yet. And that gap can mess with you, because you can give your best effort for a week, for a month, for a season, and still feel like you are not where you want to be. That is frustrating. Welcome to Exhausted Dad Show. Documentaries for men running on empty who still want to become better men. Real research, real perspective. One thing to do today or tomorrow. Let's say this clearly. It's a marathon, not a sprint. You may not be where you want to be yet, but you are also not where you started. And that matters more than most men know how to count. Because a lot of men only know how to measure obvious results. Did it make money? Did it get the promotion? Did it move the house? Did it change the title? Did it make the outside look different? But that is not the only way progress works. Teresa Amabile and Stephen Kramer's progress principle says that forward movement in meaningful work helps motivation and inner work life, even when the movement is made of smaller wins and not just giant breakthroughs. In normal language, progress counts before payoff shows up. That means the race can be moving even when the scoreboard does not look dramatic yet. And that is where a lot of men get discouraged, because they are running hard, but they are still judging a marathon like it should behave like a sprint. You survive a week that would have crushed an earlier version of you. And instead of honoring that, you say, "Yeah, but I'm still not where I want to be." Look again. The fact that you survived that week differently means the bar already moved. It moved while you were moving. That is why growth can feel invisible sometimes. Because what used to feel like a breakthrough now just feels like Tuesday. That does not mean nothing changed. It means you changed. And that is one of the hardest things to recognize in a long race. Because the better you get, the more your new baseline starts to feel normal. The thing that used to break you now just tires you. The thing that used to scare you now just annoys you. The thing that used to feel impossible now just feels like part of the job. That is not stagnation. That is growth settling into your body. That is why this is a marathon. And part of every marathon is not just sprinting. Part of every marathon is learning how to cool down, reset, and keep your rhythm. Because if you try to treat the whole thing like a sprint, you will burn out in the middle of a race that actually required pacing. And here is where a lot of men lose the race mentally. They start looking left. They start looking right. They start measuring their lane against somebody else's lane. And the minute that happens, the race gets muddy. Psychology has language for that too. APA defines social comparison theory as the process of evaluating yourself in relation to other people. And upward comparison means comparing yourself to someone you judge to be doing better than you. And APA also highlights that upward comparison often makes people feel worse, while downward comparison often makes people feel better. That means a lot of what starts draining you is not your race. It is your comparison. And social media makes that worse. Because a lot of what people are seeing online is not somebody's whole race. It is their selected footage. It is their best angle. It is their curated scoreboard. Studies on social media comparison show that upward comparison on these platforms is tied to lower self-esteem and worse well-being. So, yes, some of what you are comparing yourself to is not even a full reality. Some people are not ahead. Some people are curated. And that is why the horse analogy matters. Race horses wear blinders for a reason. They are not supposed to run everybody else's race. They are supposed to run theirs. That is the lesson. You are not supposed to build your life by staring left and right all day. You are supposed to run your race. Because the only person who actually knows what you have survived, what you have built, what you have carried, and what your pace is supposed to be, is you. And if you are honest, part of what is exhausting you is not just the race. It is the pressure to prove your race against somebody else's scoreboard. That is a trap. And it makes men quit too early. Not because they are weak, because they forgot how to count. They forgot that the race is not only measured in money, titles, and outside proof. It is also measured in things like this. Are you calmer with hard things than you used to be? Are you carrying more than you used to be able to carry? Did you survive a week that would have crushed the old you? Did you do hard things this month that the earlier version of you would have called impossible? If those things are true, then the race is moving. Even if it does not look flashy yet, that means you do not need to quit. You need to reassess. It's a marathon, not a sprint. You need to remember, and marathons are not won by panicking every mile because the finish line is not already visible. They are won by rhythm, by endurance, by focus, by staying in your lane long enough for the distance to start telling the truth. So, here's the one thing to do tonight. The next time you catch yourself measuring your race against somebody else's, say this out loud. That's not mine. That lane is not mine. That scoreboard is not mine. That timeline is not mine. That image is not mine. Then bring your focus back to your own race. Because if you keep running your marathon like it is supposed to look like somebody else's sprint, you will miss the truth. You are closer than you think. You just do not know how to count it yet. Keep running and run your race. Subscribe to Exhausted Dad Show for more real research, real perspective, and one thing to do today or tomorrow.